Good morning, 89.1 FM, the most fabulous radio station in the universe. So good morning. We have a most interesting, very handsome chappie in the studio, and I'm very fussy. And I've also got good taste. Good morning, young Steve. Most delightful to have you here.
Good morning, very happy to be here this morning.
Welcome to the studio. Are you a local as such?
I am. I live in Wentworth Falls.
Wenty, Yummo. We love it. Yeah. And you're a musician.
I am. Yes.
Completely captured by you immediately. You play?
I play the piano keyboard.
Yeah. From which you can play anything else in terms of understanding notes. Am I right there?
That's right, yeah. So I was a high school music teacher, actually, so I've actually formally studied music, and I've always been interested in writing songs and capturing songs, and, being a keyboard player, you can create all the different sounds that you want, really. Yeah.
Being a keyboard player, when you're writing songs, so you taught all different instruments?
I taught high school music classes, so I'd get kids playing guitar, get kids playing drums, keyboards, a whole lot of things.
Saxophone, etc.
Yeah, almost like a mini band leader in my classroom.
Oh, yummo. What a delightful class to teach to kids.
Yeah, they loved it. Yeah, it was great.
Did you see them grow?
I did, and it's something really rewarding. I can remember a few experiences where through the power of music, I've had shy students who have not said peep, and give them a role to sing. I remember having one girl who we gave her a lead role in singing a song, and she blew the school away. She performed within a term. She learned the song. The class was the band, and she performed at a school assembly.
How rewarding!
You can see the joy in their faces and that pride that they have, and
the assembly must have just smiled their hearts out too.
And the whole school's behind her, and teachers are crying, myself included.
Because
it really is a moment of flourishing.
A celebration.
Yeah. It's really powerful. Music is such a powerful thing, particularly for teenagers.
Because it's a space where they can speak in a way with their hands.
That's right, yeah. In fact, there's been research done that actually the music that we love is the music that we used to listen to when we were in our teens, and in particularly when we were around 14, 15.
Wow.
So I'm going to give away my age a little bit here, but, when I was 14 and 15, it was 1985. So you can do the maths.
What's the music? What was the...
1985, where you've got the music of the 80s.
Okay.
You've got Madonna and Billy Joel and Kate Bush and all of those artists.
They were very unique in that period.
They were, because they were forging their way. It was anything went in the 80s. And so that's my go-to music when I need to pep up, heal. 1985.
But isn't that an extraordinary thing? I want to suggest that when we're born, what we have in our hearts is music.
Mm. Oh, absolutely.
And it's such an essential part of each of us, isn't it? In that role of healing, with joy.
I remember when my first daughter was born, and holding baby in my arms.
Yes.
And I put on some classical music. And I remember her eyes just widening, opening the first time she ever heard music. It really was a magical moment.
Oh.
She obviously wouldn't remember that, but...
No, but she knew in her heart.
Yeah. In fact, I've gotten her to sing on some of my songs.
Oh, excellent. But how extraordinary experience for both of you. Do you ever play that piece of music to her?
I actually can't remember what the piece of music was, but it would have been a piece of classical music. But we used to... I do remember the songs that we used to play every night when we'd rock her to sleep. I'd put together a little CD with a couple of... I think it was a Fleetwood Mac song on there, and we used to bounce her to sleep to those particular songs. So I wonder if she listens to it on the radio, she has some connection to them.
How beautiful, isn't it?
It's a great memory.
But it should be a law somehow, isn't it, that every baby that's born gets rocked to sleep with music.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, every night.
Yeah.
And woken with music.
Although with some of the latest music, I don't know,
Yeah,
it would be too relaxing.
Yes. Now let us speak about you and your band.
Sure.
So how long have you been writing for?
Well, I've actually been writing since I was a teenager, but I've never
wonderful.
really, then I studied music formally, and I wrote a few songs for a big major project at the end of that. But dabbled in it a little bit, was in bands throughout my life,
Yes.
but, having a family.
Different genres?
Mostly pop and rock music.
Yes.
Throughout my life, raising kids and life getting in the way, I haven't really
Yes.
done it. But just recently, I've
reclaimed
gotten
the
back
space.
into it
Well
and
done.
really enjoyed the process, actually. Yeah.
Okay, and so so firstly, talk about your band and the gathering of those in it.
Well, it's really myself and my wife, and it came about because actually it's thanks to our move to the Blue Mountains.
Yes.
A guy on Facebook put on Facebook a post. He wants to create a songwriting collective, and every month people would get together via this Facebook post and emails, and he'd come up with one word. So we all had to write one song related to that word in somehow.
So he didn't give you any hints. It was
Didn't give
just
any-
a
and
word.
you could use that word however you saw fit.
And each person would write completely different.
Absolutely.
How extraordinary.
In fact, you can find it on Bandcamp website under the 21st is the name of the project, because on the 21st of the month we submitted a song. And so we didn't know each other. A whole lot of people just wrote individual songs, and I enjoyed that process. It got me it kick-started my.
Would you liken
songwriting
it to poetry?
Absolutely, definitely. Some people wrote instrumental songs. Some
okay.
people wrote avant-garde, completely out there songs. I wrote pop songs.
Yes, yes.
And I was speaking to my wife Maria, who couldn't be with us today, but she said, "Oh,
Sending you love, darling."
yes, hi Maria." She's
Thank you.
She said, "Oh, I wouldn't mind doing that." Now Maria's not a musician, but obviously being married to one,
A pensmith.
influences. Yeah, she's an artist. She's an art teacher in a high school.
Yes,
So we
yes.
had a marriage of creative and performing
How
arts.
lovely.
We actually met in a high school, so that's another story for another day, maybe. But
That's a song.
But yeah, it could be. But so Maria actually wrote many of the lyrics, and because that was never really my forte. So for many of the songs, she wrote lyrics, and I put it to music. And then I forced her to backup sing.
Yes, yes.
Over and over and over, which could have led to some marriage
design.
counselling. Yeah, but
That's
yeah,
beautiful.
and I had no plan to put all these songs together and release an album. But halfway through, I thought, actually, I'm churning these songs out. I was
And
really
they're sounding
proud.
good.
I was actually really surprised actually at how good they sounded, that I could do the production at home. I learned how to, did the old YouTube, learned how to mix, how to do it all myself, and thought, actually, I'd be
Yes.
proud enough to put this out. So I did. I put out an album late November last year on Spotify.
Oh, darlings, I apologise. The name of your band is STILKIN.
STILKIN.
Please spell it.
STILKIN.
STILKIN.
Yeah, and it's kind of a version of me, Steve Wilkins. So,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yeah. I say Marie's not getting a mention. I'll have a word to him, darling. No, how wonderful for you both to have that collaboration.
It was actually really nice.
Yes.
It was a nice thing to do, and just gave us something different. The mundanity of life.
Yes,
Just kind of gave us something else to
yes,
do.
but also it was in your hearts anyway.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
and more than just something nice to do, I want to suggest to you powerful and
Yeah.
important for you, but also for us in your. You both having the skills and using them and bringing joy
Yeah.
to us as listeners. Darlings, if you're out there and you've got an urge to do this, start. You don't have to be perfect at it either, do you? Just start and dance around in the and the joy of it, isn't it?
That's right. And you can start and you can learn. And it's all about learning. And so,
Okay, so would you suggest that the piano's the best instrument to learn?
I'm a little bit biased. I certainly would. Because I think on the piano you can see all the notes. You can see that one way is low, one way is high. You can see patterns on the piano. Everything's in front of you. Most other instruments, you create sound by combining different, whether it's buttons on a wind instrument or a trumpet or a clarinet, there's different buttons and different combinations of fingers.
But what you're saying is you can't see them.
You can't see the notes.
Oh.
On a guitar, I'd like to say it's like a 3D tic-tac-toe. Like you can't actually see the pattern. So for me, guitar doesn't make sense to me. But it's funny because I've spoken to guitarists and they say they don't understand the piano. It's really quite bizarre. Yeah.
Oh, I had the idea that you could from piano pick up anything, but no, I'm not right.
Well, you can certainly understand from any instrument. You can understand how music works.
Yeah. That's
definitely. And so most musicians, if they know how music works, they can find a note on another instrument and find their way around.
Okay. And so in your band, there is the two of you.
There's the two of us. So I do all the music. I do it all on the keyboard and record it on my computer.
And is that the only instrument that, other than Marie's voice?
Yeah, Maria's voice is in there. My voice is in there. I've actually, when people come over for dinner, I say, right, I'm going to get you to come and do some backing vocals. So I force everybody to...
I'm coming to your dinner party next one.
I'd love to have you on a song.
Oh.
I just need to get all the people I can because it really has been a great thing for my daughters and their boyfriends, everything, you know.
Well, how would you describe your music as a genre, for example?
I'd say it's adult pop music.
Adult pop.
This is what
That's
I like to think,
word.
whether it is. So it's adult contemporary pop music, I would say. I'm trying to force myself to explore a whole lot of different influences and genres into pop music. And so I'm trying to write in a few different styles, and I'm really avoiding trying to write love songs.
But isn't everything about love?
Everything is about love, but everything's about life, really.
Darlings, please go nowhere. We're having a beautiful conversation in the dancing of music. Please go nowhere.
I saw you in the local store. motherhood in shame. But now I see that karma came and shook your dream to fame. Now what's your game? You thought you were amazing, with the future shining bright. You thought you'd be a rising star, with your name in neon lights. You thought you were amazing, with the future shining bright. You thought you'd be a rising star, with your name in neon lights. You thought you were amazing, with the future shining bright.
Steve, and he has this band, he and his wife, collaboration, cleverness, and the joy of each other's skills and knowledge and poetry in the writing of music. And we're talking about how essential music is. And I'm saying all music is about love, and you don't want to write about love. I should kick you out of the studio.
I don't want to make love corny, that's it. So, I'm not
Yes.
saying that I won't write a love song.
Well, what else sort of song can you write?
Oh, look, I've been really trying to focus on writing about different characters or different situations or different experiences.
For example?
So there's one song that Maria and I wrote about an experience that we've all probably experienced, and that's about bullying. And so
Yes.
the theme of the song, you wouldn't think of it, the theme of the song was neon. That was the word we were given as part of this songwriting challenge. So we were thinking, what were we thinking? Neon
lights.
So we thought neon lights. So the song is called Neon Lights. Good guess,
Yes.
Robyn. Very, very impressed. And but neon also conjures up images of the 80s and bright lights and that feel of the 80s. And then when you think about the
you're
80s...
thinking dance halls, etc. when you're talking... Yes,
so I'm thinking kind of dancey kind of 80s catchy pop songs.
Yes.
But in the 80s, well, I was in year 9 at high school. So,
Yes.
I was bullied. I think we're all bullied to a certain degree.
Yes,
Maria
I've
was
been
bullied.
both. I've been bullied and I've been a bully.
Oh, gee, I don't want to hear that,
No,
Robyn.
I was about 8.
I think you need to listen to my song.
Yes, I do.
It's a shame you don't have it here today, but that's all right.
Yes,
you can
it is.
find it on
I
Spotify.
deeply apologise for that.
No, that's fine.
Go on.
So Maria wrote the lyrics about you thought you were amazing with your future shining bright, and that's. I can't remember the next lyric, unfortunately.
Yes.
And then with your name in neon lights, you wanted to have your name in neon lights,
Yes.
but actually, it's about somebody who comes face to face with their bully 30 years later and finds the bully actually packing shelves in a local store, and but they have always big noted themselves how wonderful they were going to be. So
Yes, and so the leveller arises.
that's right. Yeah. So
Okay, so you're approaching your music. Let me say, your music will make me listen because you're approaching interesting subjects.
from a storytelling kind of perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is what music must have been
Yeah.
in the beginning.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I really love country music too. And part of that reason is they tell a good story, don't
Yeah.
they?
Well, I've even dabbled in the country space.
Go
I've got
on.
another song, and I'm kind of giving people ideas to go look for the album. It's called Proto on Spotify.
Please spell it,
Proto. And my wife is Greek, so it comes from the Greek word proto, which means first.
Yes, yes.
So it's my first album that I've put out.
Yes.
At 50-something years old.
How wonderful.
But yeah, there's another song on there that I wrote called Love in Italy, and that has got a country feel. And
Love in Italy. That
Love in Italy,
is
yeah.
such a gorgeous connotation immediately.
So the theme of that
Passionate.
one... Yeah, and this song is about passion, but it's kind of an ironic twist on passion, because I wanted it to be ironic. So this song, the theme for this one was pretty literal. So Italy was the theme that we we were given.
Yes,
this
yes.
songwriting group.
Oh,
And,
how beautiful that you picked Passion. Yum.
Absolutely. And we wanted a song that used alliteration, so we were thinking of Paul Simon, 50 Ways to Live Your Lover.
Yes.
I'm a big Kate Bush fan, so I was thinking of Kate Bush's song Babushka, and there's another song that's got a similar theme to Babushka, which is the Pina Colada song. If you like Pina Colada.
Yes.
Both of those songs are about a bored relationship, and the husband writes a letter puts it out there, and the wife replies, and they end up having this inconspicuous relationship. Both songs are about that. So this is the opposite. The Love in Italy is a country tinge song that a couple meet on a plane. They fall instantly in love and decide to travel, and then they suddenly realise...
That's gorgeous because they're in a plane in the first place.
Absolutely. So they're
beautiful.
Forced, and they think, we really connect. Let's travel together. So they're together. Then they start to learn about each other,
Yes.
and they think, actually, you're not my person. So the whole song is really about them hitting it off with a bang, but then going, how do I escape from this situation that I'm in?
We started out as lovers after meeting on a plane. 7 hours on from Darwin, we found our stories were the same. It grew strong before we knew it. We'd see the world in 90 days. As we stood in line at customs, declared together we will stay. Will you follow me to Florence? Will you ride with me to Rome? Why don't we say our vows in Venice, or along the Amalfi Coast? In Pompeii I'll bring you passion, I will kiss you in Capri. Sunday snuggles in Sorrento, or we'll be sweet in Italy. Each other's pocket, we were in each other's way. But as I got to know you, I knew I had to get away. I started thinking of excuses. What if we took a different path? I was making small suggestions for us to spend some time apart. Please don't follow me to Florence, I wanna ride to Rome alone. Forget the vows we made in Venice, and along Amalfi Coast. Our pump passion turned to ashes, no more kissing in Capri. Seems those snuggles in Sorrento no longer sound so sweet to me. Jump the cliffs of Cinque Terre to avoid another stay. I'll sail the Italian Riviera if you sail the other way. Those painful pictures posted in Pisa will remind me of the days caught up in a travel romance, and how I plotted my escape. Please don't follow me to Florence, I wanna ride to Rome. We made in Venice, and along the Amalfi Coast. Our Pompeii passion turned to ashes, no more kissing in Capri. Seems the snuggles in Sorrento no longer sound so sweet to me. Suffocation in Sorrento, so much more love in Italy.
You're talking about life.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know, and really the genre is the background as opposed to the subject, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Always, really.
Yeah, definitely.
How exciting.
Yeah, so it's been fun, actually, just having a challenge, put songs together, and then that's just really, that challenge has stopped now, so I'm just running on my own steam now, and I'm continuing to write songs. I've got some new music coming out soon. So.
And in the... being captured by music and with your wife, how beautiful, the two of you collaborating. you're seeking, by the sounds of it, the difference, creating a different view. That's just got to be extraordinary for your own hearts.
Yeah, definitely. I'm
You're seeking.
trying to do something that I'm proud of, that we're proud of,
Yes.
and just trying to, and I thought long and hard about whether I put it out there, because I'm don't have a record label or anything like that, so I'm just putting this music out there.
Thank you.
Sharing it with whoever will listen.
Please do.
So, yeah.
Please do. And you're both experiencing growth in your art.
Definitely. Yep.
Which is, it's an essential fresh breath.
Yeah, it has been refreshing, and it has given us something that something different to focus on. Really.
Yeah, how beautiful. I'm proud of both of you allowing the unfolding.
I think that's a great word for it. It really has been a bit of an unfolding. I never thought I'd be songwriting with my wife, who doesn't play an instrument, but she's switched on. So she gets people, she gets music, she gets,
and she can influence.
Absolutely.
Or you both influence each other.
Yeah, definitely. She mostly influences me.
Yes. Well done, darling.
And, she's been, even songs where I've done a lot myself, she has been a great sounding board in terms of saying, oh, no, don't do that. Maybe next
that independent ear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is essential.
And sometimes not having a formal musical background training is actually making her see it through a different lens.
Oh, how wonderful.
And maybe I'm too close to a lot of it. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And loving and thinking what you've done is the best.
Yeah.
That independent ear.
It's really critical in any art, really,
And that's why I was wondering, you don't introduce drum, you don't introduce another instrument at all?
Oh, there's drums, you can create drums through the keyboard. So they're full-blown production songs with drums, bass, everything you would expect.
For you, in music, the world is your oyster.
Absolutely, I could go anywhere with it.
Yeah, forever and ever.
Yeah.
Please don't ever cease.
I hope I don't.
Please don't. I'll be round. I'll send the cops around.
My biggest fear is I lose my fingers doing something, but that would be devastating.
Yeah. No, we'll send your fingers joy all the time.
Absolutely.
And dance on. Goodest one. I'm wanting to invite you both back.
Love
Please
to.
bring some music. Darlings out there, I do apologise for not having the music of Stilkin.
Stilkin. STILKIN. You can Google it. It's on all the platforms everywhere. Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere. So if you want to listen to it, have a search.
Stilkin. STILK.
Robyn, I've even got you a little T-shirt here with Stilkin on it, so you don't forget. And it's got a picture of the album cover on it. That's for you.
Oh, darling,
there you go.
That is most beautiful. And I want to suggest to you, I have a half a foot in the Middle Earth.
Right.
The fairies.
Oh, yes.
The goblins, the gnomes.
You think I should do a fairy song?
Well, the Middle Earth is nature too.
That's true.
And the mist, and them under the mushroom, or dancing, and the extraordinariness of nature itself. Have a look at a dragonfly.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that's not a fairy. In its exquisiteness, and so thank you so much.
Have a look. Well, the album cover very much is Middle Earth. That's actually features a mushroom. I actually took that on a bushwalk in my backyard in Wentworth Falls. It's got a beautiful mushroom, magic mushroom on there.
Oh, thank you, darling. Absolutely magic to have you
here. Thank you for having me.
And I can feel the magic between the two of you in being each yourself independently and adding into the opportunity of making extraordinary music that you allow.
Yeah, thank you. Well, Maria's always been a independent thinker,
Excellent
and
news.
It really has been a great influence on me in my life. So,
yes, and vice versa. No, don't
of course.
please say your website or your Facebook. Please spell again.
It's Stilkin, STILKIN.
Darlings, take the time to wander a little in the Stilkin Facebook or website to allow your hearts to open to something that's a little bit different, music that's unique, which is we all need to lend our ears to the music we're not used to or not ready for, and allow our hearts to sing and dance with it, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
You know,
have a listen.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure as some Middle Earthers come through the door. Goodness, we shall invite you on again.
Fantastic.
Please.
Thank you.
You're listening to 89.1 Radio Blue Mountains. Your voice, your community.